Hi! Welcome to this video where we're going to learn how to make the 5 little speckled frogs puppet that you can use to sing the song with, or you can just use it for counting with your littles, or your littles could make up stories about the frogs, and you could put other animals on this too. There's just a million things you could do with this. But today I'm going to show you how I made this one that went along with the 5 Little Speckled Frogs song that I sang in the story time that premiered today. Okay, so what you need to make this craft is a paper towel roll. You need to print out some frogs from the internet, and there's lots of different free just designs. I googled 5 speckled frogs printable, and you can choose from all, or you could just Google frog print and just print 5 frogs. I chose this one today. You can see it's different from the one I did the first time, so it doesn't have to be the same frog, but this is the one I chose for today. You're gonna need some construction paper. So I have a brown sheet of construction paper and a blue sheet of construction paper. You're gonna need scissors. You're gonna need glue or a glue stick. You're gonna need tape or a stapler. And if you print out frogs that need to be colored, you might need some crayons or markers, and this would be a great thing for your littles to help you do, is to color them. So I have all my different greens that I made the frogs a little bit different color greens when I colored the first ones. And then just for fun, on these I put googly eyes. So if you have googly eyes at home, those are always fun. If you don't have googly eyes, no big deal. I also have a Sharpie marker because I wanted to put the numbers on my frogs. You might find some to print out that already have the numbers on them, but mine that I used the first time and mine that I'm using today didn't have numbers on them already, so I'm going to put the numbers on them. And then this is totally up to you. You can leave the paper towel holder like this because it's already brown. But when I did it the first time, I painted it brown. And one reason is because I thought that might be fun for littles, just something easy for them to do. It helps them work on fine motor skills, and it's always fun to just paint something, especially something that's kind of a neat shape. So you could do that. You could paint your paper towel roll with brown paint if you want to do that. I also have a ruler, but if you have one of those nifty paper cutters, you probably wouldn't need the ruler. So anyway, let's get started. So we take our paper towel roll, and now, like I said, if you're going to paint it first and let it dry. Then you're going to take your brown piece of paper and you're going to cut 2-inch strips. I measured it out, and it worked that if I cut my strips at 2 inches wide, then I could fit all 5 on the paper towel roll and still have a little bit on the sides to hold on to. So that's what I'm going to do. I've already measured it with my ruler, and I'm going to cut 2-inch strips. So here we go. You'll come up with one piece that's a little smaller that's extra. Okay, now that you've got your 5 strips of brown construction paper, you take them and wrap it around the paper towel tube. And if you're using a stapler, you could just staple it twice. But I don't know if you guys have this problem at your house, but my stapler disappeared. And of course, none of my children have any idea where the stapler went, even though when I use it, it's always in the same place. So, since my stapler is taking a vacation, I'm just going to tape my pieces of brown. I just put a little piece of tape on each side so that the top's a little flat. So see, when you finish it, it kind of looks like that. So you're taping this part a little bit flat, but not so that it's super tight. See, I can still get it on and off of the roll pretty easy. So I've got one, so do that with all 5. All right, if you have any little tags sticking off, You can cut those off where the tape's sticking up. Of course, it's going to get covered up by a frog anyway. Okay. So there we've got our 5 basically puppet holders here. So, like I said, if you just stapled it, that would go a lot quicker. But if you can't find your stapler because the mysterious gremlin stole it, then you can always use tape. Okay, so we've got our paper towel roll. We've got our puppet holders basically attached, all 5 of them. So the next thing we're going to do is cut out our frogs. So like I said, you could print out the frogs online. You could even draw frogs if you want, or maybe you know, make frogs out of shapes of construction paper, or have your little straw frogs if they feel like doing that. But then you got to cut them out. There's our 5 speckled frogs. These frogs are a little bit bigger than the ones I made the first time, so they're probably going to hang over a little bit. And I cut the frogs the first time out a lot more specifically than I did this. This one I left the white around the outside. Okay, so now you need to attach your oh, I forgot. I need to draw the numbers on my frogs because I want for this to be a counting game and experience for my littles. So I'm going to draw 1. And since these are speckled frogs, you could use the dot recognition that they're going to use probably if they go to preschool or when they go to kindergarten. So we're going to have 1 dot for the first frog. 2 dots for the second frog. 3 dots for the third frog. 4 dots for the fourth frog. 5 dots for the fifth frog. And that's, you don't have to put the dots on there, but they're already speckled frogs, so the dots don't hurt. They only add one other way, one other thing that might click in a child's mind when we're talking about one-to-one correspondence, or we're learning to count, or learning to recognize numbers and what they mean and how to do that. You're just helping them along that journey to getting better and better at that by giving them more and more opportunities to practice it. So that's why I put the dots on these. But you can see I didn't put the dots on the first ones. So it's whatever you would like to do. Okay, now I'm going to use my glue or my glue stick. I'm going to glue my frog onto the top that was sticking up like that. And I'm going to keep doing that. And because I made these frogs a little too big, they're going to overlap a little bit. But there are worse problems in the world than overlapping frogs. So I've got 2. 3. 4. 4. Notice this one's not wanting to stand up. I need to go get my clothespins now that I've got the frogs on there. And 5. There we go. We've got our frogs, but our frogs need to be able to jump into the water. So let me get some clothespins and we'll put the water on. Okay, so I took 2 clothespins and clipped on the ends, and that helps hold the roll upright before any of the frogs jump into the pond. So as you can see, I've got them on this side too. And this would be great if you were putting this, you know, if you were in a daycare center or you're a home care provider and you have a storytelling center, a retailing area, you could just sit this there, and you could even laminate these if you wanted them to be a little more durable. So anyway, I put the clips on, that's gonna hold it up right, but we need some water because when our frogs, oh, I clipped him into place. When our frogs jump in the water, we want there to be water on the back, right? So that's where I need my blue paper. So this needs to be 2 inches also. And this one, I marked off my 2 inches, and it's just easier for me. You could sit here and cut each one, and then they would all be different, and that's kind of neat. I don't know. I'm gonna fold it so that I'm cutting more than one at a time. I guess I could cut 2 at a time. So here we go. I've marked off my 2 inches, and I'm going to cut my water. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of water, just enough to visually know when the frog jumps and you don't see the frog anymore, it's because he went in the water. Ta-da, water. So I need to cut 5 of those. So if you fold your paper, then you don't have to cut each one. You can just cut, you could fold it, I guess, all 5 at one time, but so I did 2 the first time. I'm going to do 3 this time. And anywhere there's a fold, then you just cut it. And there's my water. So now, I'm going to take the clips off so I can lay it down. Now I'm going to put the water on the back, so I need my glue stick again. And I need to glue the water on there. And like I said, if you don't want the frogs to show, just make them smaller than these big frogs. But, you know, depending on how much your littles are helping you, for some of your littles it may be easier the bigger the thing is. Like maybe they don't have the fine motor skills yet to handle something small, so maybe a bigger frog would be easier for them to color or easier for them. Maybe they want to draw the numbers on. So there's that. Okay, so then I have my 5 little speckled frogs. And you can sing the song. I would demonstrate to your littles how to do this, if you remember the song. 5 little speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One hopped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are, oh, but I did it backwards. We'll start over at that part. 5 little speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are how many speckled frogs? 1, 2, 3, 4. So then you count down 4 little speckled frogs. And each time the frog jumps in and jumps into the water, and then your littles can count. Maybe they want to name the frogs. And when they all jump in, then they can hop back up out of the water and be on the log again. So I hope that you enjoyed learning how to make this craft. I hope I get to see you in some programming. We have lots of great story times and other programs on our Facebook page and on our YouTube page. If you subscribe, then you'll always know when we post a new video. And I hope that all of you will join our Imagine Your Story summer reading program. You can go to library.carr.org and look under our summer reading program and sign up for that. It started on June 15th, but it runs throughout the summer. And once you earn 300 points, and you can earn it through all, you could earn it because you watched this today. This is a library program. You earned points without even knowing it. So you earned points for this today. If you watch any other library program online, you can count that for points. You can log reading. You can do other activities, things like a nature hike or drawing with chalk or going to a museum, even if it's virtual. And you can log points. When you get to 300, you finished the program this summer, and you automatically get a prize, which is a brand new book of your choice from our selections. And you also get entered into raffles for a lot of cool prizes. So I encourage all of you to sign up for our summer reading program and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Maybe check out our Facebook page, and that way you won't miss any of our cool story times or other programs we're offering. So until I see you again, have fun!